Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I'm trying something new again, as I always am. Um, Again, when I'm going live on Instagram also. So by going live on Instagram, whatever reason, I have to try to figure out why it blocks it from a lot of countries and things like that. So I'm just trying to work on that and just trying to make sure that that's what it is before I start training everything. Let me hit this right here. Okay. Let's see. Don't forget people that let me see if it lets me do this. I've been trying. It will not let me pin this. It will not let me pin my message. It lets me pin everybody else's. I have a premiere right after this show. At 6 o'clock, there's going to be a premiere. I'm going to try to figure out how to pin this. So um, I'll figure it out in a little bit. Let me see who's in the house. Event yours of spirits. Welcome in, welcome in. She'll see me at 5. What do you mean? Say consider it. Acting like they have sense. Acting like you have sense is a rare commodity nowadays. I'm starting to realize that. Before I thought everybody had common sense and it was the way you was supposed to treat people like you want to be treated, and all the other stuff. Yeah, those good old days are gone. Those good old days are gone. Premiere video coming up right after this at 6 o'clock. I am Betty J. Gathers. She is here and accounted for. Crystal Sparkle, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Crystal, I think you're in my video. Well, a picture of you and Fox. I think you guys are in my video today. When you start making videos and you go down this whole list of videos that you've seen, you forget exactly what video is coming out today. I think the video today is going to be my 2C days at sea, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Not very Christmassy because I didn't do a lot of things for Christmas, but that's what it is. Bam Manola, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Antoinette Fun, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I appreciate you letting me come up on your show last night. Sorry if I disrupted the show with my talk, but I really appreciate you letting me come up. Scott McNeil, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Everybody saying hi. Scratch and Pete, thanks for being here. Journeys with June and Brady, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Everybody saying hi. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I was so busy trying to work on all this other stuff. I forgot to bring my mic into play. Man, who said that? Scott, I appreciate it. Scott's always looking out for me. Crystal, yes, we are on our way to 10 likes. Everybody saying hi. Home bartending with John. Long time no see, my friend. Long time no see. Glad to see you here. Welcome in. Marjorie, welcome in, Marjorie. Thanks for being here as always. Oh, yours? Crystal, what time is yours tonight? Crystal Spark says, yep, mine is 2 tonight. A lot about the spa and all the issues we had with the elevator. Okay. I'm curious to hear about that. I haven't, when I was on a cruise, I didn't have too many problems with the elevator. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. So, yeah, I'm interested in as far as what you say in your video about it. Embarkation Nation, welcome in. Bill, my neighbor has all kinds of books since my neighbor has all kinds of books since, but he has not
a drop of common sense. Oh, book sense. I got you. He got a lot of book sense, but not common sense. You know what? And I'm starting to realize that there is a really big difference with that. I put my hands on the table and my desk. When I put my hands on the table, it shakes. So I'm trying not to. I'm learning. I'm trying not to do that kind of thing. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Crystal is at 6 p.m. Crystal, I'll be at my own premiere at that time, but I will definitely right after that. I will go over there and watch your premiere. I believe it's premiere. I don't believe you're going live. We're gonna have to get you going live. Oh, the spa elevators to get into the spa, it was not working for the whole week. That is something. Destination Fun, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, a whole week. That's crazy. I like testing accessibility around the ship, and that was so disappointing. I can imagine. Now, see that really is a problem. Crystal, I mean, that's up to you. If you want to, you can. Uh, or how about this, Crystal? Set it for like 6:15. My video is probably about 12 minutes long, 12 to 13 minutes long. And then we can direct people right over to your live, from my live to your live, or my premiere to your premiere. So if you set it for about 6:15, how does that sound to you? I'm having all kind of problems with this setting up this live on Instagram, because it didn't kick on like it was supposed to. I'm supposed to be able to just click on go live, and it didn't click on. So bear with me 1 second as I go back and well, it shows me live. Anyway, I won't worry about it right now. We'll continue our conversation. You know, everybody's always talking about weather and stuff like that. We've had decent weather. I mean, it's wintertime up here, so it's 40 some odd degrees today. It's not bad. Next Tuesday, I'm leaving out to go on a cruise. I'm going to Port Canaveral. I'm flying to Orlando, but Port Canaveral is the nearest port. And next Tuesday here, it's supposed to be a high of 10 and a low of 1. So I think I'm getting out on a good day. It's only a 3-day cruise, though. I still got to come back to it. It is what it is, as I like to say. Today, I'm going to be talking about, and by the way, I had such a great time yesterday. Thanks for, people that came by yesterday to mine and Controversial Cruising, Scott's live yesterday. I had such a great time. I always love talking like YouTube. I like talking about it, but then again, I don't like talking about it, because when you talk about YouTube, if you say something negative, people think you might be talking about them, and I don't. I mean, again, I don't. I'm not talking about anybody. It's just what I believe. But I really do love talking about YouTube and things. My little group that I always talk about. We always talk. Send each other. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I love that so much. Keisha, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Chris, I need to book a cruise for this year. Just don't know when. We have the time with conventions. All right. Live vicariously through me. Don't do that. You'll be an inside cabin the rest of the year. I see John. It looks like he's giving out and I didn't see it in the beginning, so it looks like he's giving out a drink recipe. Education yesterday. I try, again, I don't know everything. I don't know a lot, but again, I like if I know something, I like to try to share it, or if I believe something, but again, I like to hear other people's point of view. Just because right today I believe this, tomorrow I may not believe it. If you come up and tell me something that is better, and I understand the logic behind it, I'll switch. I'll change the title. I'll change the thumbnail. I'll change the way that I record something. Give me 1 second. Put my phone on silent. Making all these rookie mistakes. Also, I have a poll up here. Let's see. The poll is: Are you considerate on board a cruise ship? Right now, we have 17 votes in there. 17 votes, people. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that. But also answer the poll question. And believe it or not, it's not a 100%. I thought it was going to be 100%. Yes, I'm always considerate on a cruise. I thought everybody was going to say that. Nope, it's not. Facebook user, your name doesn't pop up, but by the statement that you're making, hey, pop. I know that's my best friend, Terry. Terry, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Butter Roll Boutique, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Stopping by and saying hi. So we're going to start talking about the topic for the day, and that is there such things as cruise etiquette? Is there such a way that how you're supposed to act on a cruise ship? And for me, that's a yes. But for others, it's not as simple. It's not a thing. It's like, hey, I paid my money. Let me do what I want to do. If I want to blast my music, I'm gonna blast my music because I paid my money just like you paid your money. And I just wonder, has the etiquette of cruising gone out the window, and it's just like a free for all? As long as you're not breaking Carnival's rules, anything can go. This started off with cruising, and we all do it. I'm guilty of it a lot also, but let me see something. I'm gonna highlight this real quick. When you first start your cruise, they give you a check-in time to try to make it as smooth as possible. There's a certain number of priority boarding. There's another group after that. There's another group after that to try to level out the people. A lot of people don't believe in that. A lot of people want to get there as early as possible, no matter what. And they may have a 2:00 check-in, but they're there at 9:30, hoping to bypass their time. And again, I'm sorry that you have a late time, but then people wonder why there's a congestion at a certain time at between 10 and 12, 10 and 1 o'clock, and nobody knows where they're supposed to go. And people complain about, hey, I didn't get on the ship. I'm here. They could just let me in. There's nobody over in that line. And they just complaining. And I'm a believer in rules. I try to follow the rules. I push it to a limit, to a certain point, but I try to follow the rules. And with Carnival, I'm lucky enough where I'm a priority boarding, so I get there early. But again, I paid the price to do that. If you bought Faster to the Fun, you paid a price to do that. The person who waited to the last day to not sign up for the cruise, but to check in, and they get the 3:00 boarding time. Why should they be first? In my opinion, I know a lot of people don't necessarily agree with that, but that's my opinion. And sometimes that's what makes the congestion that we see all these cars here, all the people here, all the traffic, and all, it's all because everybody is thinking about themselves instead of why they. If it didn't matter, if everybody could come at the same time, they wouldn't have check-in times. They're trying to help us out and them spread the crowd out. But again, to each his own, I guess, and to a certain extent. Carnival is getting pretty good now, though. And if you are early, they don't just let you in right away. Now, if the crowd dies down, I've noticed they've let some people in if they got there early. But again, they wait. Hey, your boarding time is later. You go into this line right over here, and I can appreciate that. Somebody who believes in rules and things like that, I can appreciate that. Cruiseville, I think there's an ideal of etiquette, and some people try to adhere to it. However, many do not. Line cutting, bum rushing, elevators, being loud places that they shouldn't. Exactly, and that's my whole thing. And this kind of came about was because of the the Jubilee. I had a 9:30 check-in. Well, apparently a bunch of us had a 9:30 check-in or priority where we can come in at any time we want. So the line was 300 people deep, 400 people deep. I mean, it was past the shelter. If you ever been to Galveston, it was past the shelter. It was past the building. It was way down there. I got there at I had a 9:30 boarding. I got there about 8:30, 8:45. And I'm 300 people in. How do people, and when I get there, I see Derek from Island Time. Hey, Derek, and I'm waving, and Fireball Steve, another play. Hey, I didn't try to take cuts. I got there late. If I wanted to be up there, maybe I should have got there at 8 o'clock, but I didn't. I went and got back to the end of the line and waited my turn. But other people, hey, come on in. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. How fair is that to anybody? Not saying I've never taken cuts, but again, I try not to. I mean, again, I try not to, and I will just walk to the end of the line. But people, taking cuts. So I'm sitting out here and I'm watching, two or three people here, two or three people there. People, I mean, again, for me, it gets frustrating that I'm trying to obey the rules, and other people don't seem to care. Another thing, as far as the etiquette, when you arrive at the port, and I understand in some countries tipping is not mandatory, tipping is not expected. We're not in other countries. We're here, and I mean we probably should change the culture, but the porters, they work hard. If you give them a couple of dollars a bag, I normally give $5 a bag, but I usually only carry one bag, and I give $5 a bag. I think $5 is a decent amount. $2 is a decent amount, but it creates a better environment for them. It's not really killing us, and I believe people should tip. So many people try to get on a ship and not tip anybody, and I understand it's not necessary, but understand that the reasons these ships are registered to different countries is to get around certain rules, certain regulations, certain pay scales, certain. I mean, again, you'd be surprised how much the people on the ship make and how many hours they work. Let me go back to where I was. Journeys with June and Brady. On the last day, she was holding the elevator and wouldn't let anyone in. I was very nice gentleman, took his cane and pushed her walker out of the way, and we all got on. Oh, got you. So you pushed her cane. Yeah, and I'm gonna get to the elevators because that is a pain. That is a pain. Nancy B, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. There was not a lot of elevator etiquette on the Carnival celebration. the elevators have really become a point of contention. Uh, and it's not like just the kids. It's, a lot of people think it's like just the kids, but it's not. Embarkation Nation, we give about $5 a bag also. Right around there. I mean, again, I think that's a fair price for the porters. And the casino on Jubilee was always packed, yet people were somehow able to reserve machines by turning the chairs or sitting on the machines and not playing. The thought process behind that is, I'm at a machine and let's say I have to go to the bathroom. If you flip your chair up onto the machine, that's kind of saying, hey, I'm playing this machine, and I leave my card in it to let me know. But again, I run to the restroom, I come right back. I don't take 20 or 30 minutes to come back to that machine. So I kind of understand that, especially if I pumped in a lot of money into that machine and it's gonna hit. So I kind of understand that, and I believe that's why it's not so bad if you're there with a spouse. It's like, hey, my husband, my wife, they're playing this machine, they'll be right back. But if you're like a solo cruiser, like me, a lot of times, how do you reserve this? How do you save the machine just because you have to go to the restroom? So that's my understanding of what that's for and how that works. So I don't have a problem with that, Cruise Vet. But again, if it's too long, yeah, that's where I would have a problem. And Cruising with Keith, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Scratch and Pete, I know I said hello, but just in case I didn't, hello, Scratch and Pete. Okay, down at the bottom. Perfect. So yeah, I mean, trying to reserve, and I'm gonna skip because we're talking. It seems like we're talking about the elevators. For me, if I see somebody with a walker or a wheelchair, I try to hold the elevator. If I'm like in front of that elevator, I try to hold that elevator and let them on first. Try to get them on. So many people are trying to step in front of them, and the problems that you have is you have these banks of 8 elevators, 4 on each side, and it's 20 yards from end to end. It's tough to be lucky enough to be in a wheelchair or a walker and be right in front of the elevator that's going up. If I'm at the end and an elevator at the far end comes to the floor, well, that means when that fills up, I have to let that elevator leave and then push the button again. And now I have no idea what elevator is going to come back to my floor. So if I can all help people like that, but again, people, and this is where they kind of lose me. It's like some people believe that hey, I'm here waiting on the elevator just like they are, so why shouldn't I get on? And I just wasn't raised that way, and I do everything I can to try to help them. But again, I just wonder at what point in this world did we get that somebody in a wheelchair or walker shouldn't go first? The elderly shouldn't go first. I mean, at some point, because I was raised to hold doors open for people, male or female. If I'm walking up to the door, somebody's behind me, I grab the door, I open it, and let the person behind me in. Now, if you're going through there and it's a line of 100 people, I'm not letting you in. But like if it's just me and another person, if I get to the door, male, female, young, old, I hold the door on and let them in. That one spot is not going to mean anything unless it's the 1 millionth customer at Carnival. Then we might have a problem. But again, the world isn't like that anymore. And the problem that I had on the Jubilee was I was able to get around. I had no problem. But if I'm standing like in the middle waiting for the elevator to come down and you're watching like the elevator, which floor is coming down, and I go to I start heading over to this elevator, people inside the elevator are hitting the close the door button immediately. As soon as it opened up, they're fed up. I guess the elevator is stopping at every floor. They're fed up. So they're hitting the close the door button immediately. So you literally have like 3 seconds to get to that elevator door before it starts closing. They don't look to see if anybody's out there. If you look and don't see anybody out there, close the door. But at least look first. And people don't do that, or at least they didn't do that on the Jubilee. The Jubilee was a different animal, and it had nothing to do with the cruise ship. I know some people said that they thought the timing of the elevators were wrong. I don't necessarily think the timing of the elevators was bad. I think it was the people. When there's people inside, they're bad. They don't even look to even be considerate to see if anybody else is trying to get on the elevator, and that really bothers me. I just take a look. I will gladly stick a foot in a door and stop the elevator for somebody, an arm sometimes, an arm in the door to stop the elevator. But people just are not considerate. A couple of times people, but it was a mistake. I mean, again, it was a mistake. They don't know what floor they're going to. So they hit, 2 or 3 different floors. That's a pain. I don't think they did it on purpose. And these weren't kids. These were adults. It happened a couple of times. I didn't think a whole lot about it, just because I thought it was an accident. I think one night, 7 days. I think one night I got on the elevator, and some kids I think had hit 6 or 7 floors. But again, that's kids being kids don't bother me. And now if it became where it was a common practice of people doing that, then maybe I would have more to say about that. But right now, my problem with elevators are people being inconsiderate to people that need the elevators. If it's a floor or two, I could walk up a floor or two, no problem. But if it's more than that, well, no, I'm probably going to take the elevator. And just try to be considerate of the people that are that need the accessibility of an elevator. Everybody can't make it up the steps. Let the people on. And that has gone out the window. Also, people, there is a poll. When you first come in, you'll see a poll. Please answer the poll question, because I'm curious. I'm kind of shocked. The question is, are you considering on board a cruise ship? I thought it was going to be 100% yes always. It's not. Some of you are being honest. So I can appreciate that. And there are times when no, you're not going to beat me on. But do that. Also, at 6 o'clock, I have a premiere. I'm trying to do until I catch up with my videos. I'm trying to do a premiere. I do a premiere Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then I'm trying to do one right after this live. So at 6 p.m. So no overtime today. We had way too much overtime yesterday. So this particular time, I won't be. I'm sorry. I will be having a premiere. So at 6 o'clock, make sure you stick around, and it's going to be about the sea days on the Carnival Jubilee. My sea days, what I did Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. See what kind of Christmas dinner did I have last year? Thanksgiving on the celebration, they had some kind of turkey loaf. It wasn't even like real turkey. They had turkey loaf. Did I get that for Christmas Day on this cruise? Well, you got to tune in. Laura, welcome in. Laura from Huddle Adventures, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Laura, I contacted Amanda. Tropic Like It's Hot. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I can make it, but I'm thinking about Tropic Like It's Hot. They have Laura Huddle Adventures has a group cruise. I forget the name. I forget the dates, Laura. 2025. I think it's like January 25th-ish, or right around there. And I'm thinking about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I got my prices. Amanda got right back to me. I got the prices, and they were, great prices. It was, I believe, Harmony of the Sea, of the Seas on Royal Caribbean. So I've never been on that ship. I'd like to go. So Laura, I might be selling with you and Eddie again. Yay! They were so much fun to sell with on Celebration inaugural cruise. Najuma Brown, welcome in. Thank you for being here, Najuma. Awesome, Najuma. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate it. I don't now acknowledge my my members enough. Thank you for all you that are members. I really appreciate you guys. I got to get better at that. I got an Embarkation Nation member. I got to get better at that. Laura says January 26, 2025. When is that going on? January 26, 2025. Blaine is in. Welcome in, Blaine. Blaine, thank you. The turkey on the Carnival celebration was a joke. It was like a turkey loaf. They cut it up. I was so disappointed. If you ever asked about a disappointment on a cruise ship, somebody asked me the other day what was my biggest disappointment. That might have been it. It was an inaugural cruise, so I expected things to go wrong. But that turkey loaf that they had was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Embarkation Nation. I told you in the chat I was thinking about going. I was serious about that one. My Wild Home, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. January 25th, Harmony of the Seas. Yes, Will G. Oh, Will G says, my bad, 26. I think, well, Laura just told me, and I just said it. I forgot. I'm about cruised out between the number of cruises that I have booked and the group cruises. I am about cruised out for through 25. And my thing is, Carnival give me such great prices. It's hard to go away from Carnival. And we are going to start talking about the other etiquette, personal space. Personal space is something that I'm into. I believe in giving people personal space. And when I say that, sometimes it comes on as antisocial kind of thing. But I'm not, it's not that. And when I know you, if you want to shake hands, usually I bump hands. If you want to give a hug, I'll give you a hug. But I don't want people I don't want it to be jam packed around me at all times. And part of the reason, Carnival Cruise Addict, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Part of the reason is that I have a paralyzed diaphragm, so I only work with one lung. I don't need respiratory problems. I don't need the C word. I don't need colds. I don't need flus. I don't need all that. And people, I've seen you on cruise ships. You don't wash your hands. A lot of you're unclean. I mean, not dirty, but you're unclean. So I just don't do that. I don't share drinks. If you want to try my drink, I'll buy you a drink. You can try whatever I'm having. But I don't share drinks. I don't. And people think, it comes off funny. Somebody was upset because I didn't give a toast. I didn't tap glasses with them. The problem with that was I was seeing what they were doing, and I didn't feel comfortable. It wasn't like it was like a clean environment. I know the alcohol probably clears everything up, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it. But it was like, oh, antisocial. I don't like doing it, and it's not that at all. So the personal space is a thing for me. If an elevator is too crowded, I won't get in. I'll let you guys go. I'll wait because of my health problems. Not that there's no pain. No. I'm not going to just drop over. Well, hopefully I don't just drop over. But I try to be careful. I try to be careful. If I'm around you and you're coughing a lot, and it's nothing against you, I'm just walking away because I don't want to get sick. People find that as sometimes being antisocial, but can't think of anything better to call it. But trust me, it's not. And if you want to sit down and have a drink, we can do that all day long. You want to sit there and talk, we can talk for 5 minutes, we can talk for an hour, we can, whatever you want to talk, we'll sit down there and do it. Unless I got dinner. Then if I got dinner, that's what we're talking about that too, being punctual. But if I get dinner at 7, I'm going to be there at 6:45, 6:50. I'm going to be there waiting for my dinner table. So yeah, you got to be punctual on a cruise ship too. But we're going to get into that shortly. So if you do see me on a cruise, know that I'm not being antisocial. I want to meet everybody. and hopefully people want to meet me too. And if you're lucky, you get enough drinks in me, I'll do a rant about something. Cruising with Keith. Carnival cruise deals are hard to go are hard to go away. Carnival, they give out some pretty good deals. And again, the problem with Carnival, you can't join a group cruise under a casino deal. To me, that's just crazy. So if I get a casino deal for $100 room, I can't use that on a group cruise. I have to pay the $1,400 for the group cruise. Well, guess what? I'm probably not going to be part of the group, but I'll see you guys on board. Is there a link for that cruise? I have to hang out with y'all again, Bill. You're good people. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Crystal, I'll get it back with you. I'm sure there's a link. I don't know where it's at, so I'm sure there's a link somewhere. Huddle Adventures. If you look them up on Facebook, they have the page there, I believe. Event Yours, welcome in, welcome back in. Appreciate it. Cruise Nuts, fly direct, like we are doing. I Cruise Nuts. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Delta. My problem going to Galveston is Delta, and I fly Delta. They don't fly direct into Hobby, HOU. Now they could fly into the other one. It was IAH or IHA, whatever it is, the Houston Bush International. They fly directly into that one, but Carnival does not fly directly into Galveston. So I got to transfer in Atlanta, and Atlanta is like the busiest airport in the world. It was, I had like 25, 30 minutes to get between flights. I made it, but it was a hustle. Matter of fact, when I got to the gate, they were like, "Wow, you actually made it." Yeah, I made it. No thanks to you guys. But anyway, it was like, 3 or 4 terminals away. But if I can fly direct, I will. No matter what time the flight leaves. If it's a direct flight, if it's red eye in the morning, red eye at night, I'm on it. Wild Home. I'm with you on that one. I've done it. I've shared glasses. When I was married, I shared glasses. We didn't do it a lot, and nothing personal. We just didn't do it. Why is one of us sick? Both of us have to be sick. Dang, Bill, you're scared of catching the cooties. Again, yes, and it's because of my health condition is why. See, for you, a cold is a cold, but when you have respiratory problems, when you start dealing with like the C word, and that's a respiratory illness. So I'm already working with one lung. I'm like, the oxygen that you're getting with both lungs, I'm trying to deal with just one. So I do try to avoid those kind of situations. And again, I'm just not hanging around a lot of people. If it's too many people in a hot tub, I'm not getting in the hot tub, But again, I don't want a cold either. I don't want the flu. I don't want any of that. June and Brady, I don't share either. I don't want anyone's back. Yeah, right. Backwash. Let's not even talk about that. But I know. A lot of people do, and again, they're still here. So again, it's just me being overly cautious. But I can remember one time, and this is maybe I don't know, about a year ago. My grandson had a chicken nugget, and I was sharing food with him. We were eating food, and I grabbed the chicken nugget and took a bite, and it was wet, and it was like I was like who would put a chicken nugget back? So did I get sick? I think he had I think he had the flu or something, and I caught the flu. So, but it was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. Controversial Cruising, welcome in. At work now, can't catch this live or can't watch this live. Well, I appreciate you being in controversial. And again, controversial. I really enjoyed the show last night. That was a lot of fun. Scott, if you get a chance, I appreciate if you watch it. But if you can, I understand. Clock just hello. I just finished up working on a video. Sweet. If you downloaded it, maybe you want to. I believe you're a moderator. Drop the link. Oops, my battery's going dead. Hold on. Let me plug myself in if I can find a plug. Oh, there we go. I got it. Battery saver mode came on. Let me turn the brightness back up. I don't know why it's not letting me click on certain things. Every time before I go live, I always try to reboot my computer just in case, so everything works properly. And this is not working properly for me today. So I'll leave it the way it is right now, and figure it out later. Nancy B says I fly Delta 2 in Southwest. Yep, we are going to the Boost Cruise 2.0, but we can't do anything with the group. And again, I understand that too. If you haven't booked with the group, you shouldn't be able to do things with. You shouldn't be able to do most things with the group. I understand that. I never blame a group for that. Some groups will let you in, especially if they know you and things like that, let you in. But a lot of things they do with the money that they get from the group cruise. So Carnival, and I use Carnival as an example. Island Time had like an hour of an open bar. Well, the people that paid to go in the group, they paid for that. I mean, it wasn't like it was free. They actually paid that. That's kind of included in that group fare. So for me to pay $100 and expect the goodie bags and the free drinks and all the other things that they might get, well, that's just crazy on me thinking I should be entitled to everything that they get, because it doesn't work that way. A T-shirt, Island Time had a T-shirt for everybody, but I booked that time I booked with the group. Controversial Cruising says we are the party. Controversial Cruising, why don't you look into? I mean, you were talking about it. I could do it too. I'm just being lazy. I should put more work on you. Margaritaville at Sea out of Tampa, group cruise. Let's put it together. Anthony on the move. If I didn't speak, hello, welcome in. Journeys with June and Brady. We're going for like $400. The agent wanted $1,200. That's okay. We'll just stock those we like. And that's what you do. I mean, again, the people are still going to be on a cruise ship and you can still talk to them, but they're going to have some private events. And just be aware of that, and not mad when you can't get into the private event, because again, I totally understand it. Right. No, we learned that as children, not sharing with anybody. Right. Again, certain things, if you want to grab a fry, that's fine. But I'm not sharing my soup. You can get a cup, I'll pour something in for you, but I'm not sharing soup. I'm not sharing, again, I don't do that with I've never done that with like my kids or anybody. The pool and hot tub just feel different since COVID. I just can't. I swim in the ocean all day long. I'll do the hot tub if it's a nice size hot tub and it's not too many people in there. I'll get in the hot tub. I mean, I'm not that bad. Clock says I'm going to do a premiere after my live Sunday. Nice. Destination Fun. Yep, I saw you put that out there. I know Scott had been talking about doing a group cruise on that one whenever it came out. So I saw your post where you were talking about the prices that were out. So that might be something for us to look into. And I'm just curious. And by being in Margaritaville, it's probably affordable. Okay, I'm gonna get back on topic because, well, people stop me from just talking. I ramble on. I just stop me from talking. Say stop rambling. Um, shows, I, people, people. If you want to go to a show, get there early. And if you want to be in the front row, get there real early. I don't understand people that go to shows and they want to sit in the front row. They get there 5 minutes after the show started and they're walking around in the trying to find a seat in the front row. Is that seat taken? Is that seat taken? Is that seat taken? People, if you get there late, what I do is if I get there to a show late, I sit in the back rows. I watch the show because I was late. I try not to interrupt anybody. I try not to walk in front of people. Also, the shows on Carnival are going to be, the production shows are going to be about 45 minutes long. So if you get there and you're like in the front, how about this? Stay for the entire show. Don't stand up in the middle of the show and start walking out. And then you forgot something in your seat and you want to come back. People, just have some consideration for the other guests on the cruise ship. You are not the only one. So please have a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And if you're traveling with a large group, how about this? You all get there at the same time and you go get a row. I do not. I mean, if it's you're a couple and you're waiting for another couple, 2 seats, gotcha. Save 2 seats. If it's 2 of you and you're trying to save like an entire row, that's not going to happen. That's nope, not going to happen. I don't mind you saving a couple of seats, but again, you'll save all those seats, and next thing you know, half of them then show up, so the other seats go empty. No, be considerate of other people. They got there early. They wanted to see the show. Let them see the show from a good seat because they put the time in to get there early. That's like cutting a line. People wait in line. They wanted to be first on the ship. They got there early. Let them enjoy that time that they earned by getting there early. Your video premiere at 5. Ooh, if you're talking about did it premiere already? Yikes! I thought I put it for 6. Well, where are you located at, Crystal? It might be 5 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully, it's right after this one. But again, I don't know. If you're talking to me, your video goes live in 15 minutes, Bill, just so you're aware. Right. For me, I'm on the East Coast, so 15 minutes. Well, it's 12 minutes now. It's going to go live. So it's 6 o'clock for me. You scared me, Crystal, but I do make mistakes. Traveling Adventures with Eric B. Welcome in. I am doing fine. Hope you're doing well too. Together we travel. Thanks for being in here. John and Brady, we love your rambling, Bill. I do. I got a bad habit of it. A lot of it, I think, is like a nervous energy, because I don't like public speaking. So a lot of it's like nervous energy. But I do, when I get on a roll, I do like to talk though. And don't forget to answer the poll question. I always forget to close it out. But answer the poll question right now. We're up to 27 votes. Are you considering aboard a cruise ship? Yes, always. Sometimes it depends. No, I pay. I do what I want. Those 3 responses, and they all got a vote. At least one. They all got a vote. So answer that, and I'm going to close it out in about another 5 minutes. Everybody said hello. Also, another thing, quiet hours. Cruise Vet had talked about it earlier, and it's not. And again, I don't really know what quiet hours are. Most of us sleep at night. I'm up late usually. So if you make noise at 12, 1 o'clock, usually that's not a problem for me. But a lot of people, their families, they go to bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Be respectful in the hallways. That yelling back and forth from cabin to cabin, you're disturbing somebody. If you want to talk, just go down there and talk to them. Call them on the phone. be considerate. And I don't think there's enough of that going around on a cruise ship. If you want music in your room, understand there's people next to you. You know, don't disturb them because, well, you paid your money. My opinion. On your balcony, not everybody wants to hear your music. You know, I'm on my balcony. I don't want to hear if I have a balcony. I may not want to hear your country western. Some of it, if it's Johnny Cash, I'll deal with it. But other than that, I don't want to hear your western, country western. So just try to be considerate. But nowadays, people are so inconsiderate of it that it's mind boggling to me that people would just not care how much noise they make. I'm sitting in a restaurant and I can hear clearly the conversation from 6 tables over. Why are you talking so loud that I can hear your conversation? You can't hear my conversation. When me and Clock were sitting there next to each other, people 6 tables over couldn't hear what we were talking about. We were probably talking about them, but they couldn't hear it. That doesn't matter what we were talking about. But I mean, where did the having respect for other people's, not privacy, but their space go? Crystal, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. We hope you have an amazing week, Bill. Your insight is so appreciated. Remember, you have the ability to be awesome. Hashtag ability to be awesome. Crystal, well, thank you so much. I have something I want to play for you real quick, if I can find it. I'll always lose track of it. There we go.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money,
Crystal, thank you so much. I am looking at I want a new camera. And again, I think any money that I get or the money that comes in or anything like that is going to a camera fund. That DJI Pocket 3, the more and more I look at it, the more and more I want that camera. I have the Pocket 2 and I love it. That Pocket 3, it just seems like a game changer. Like it could be like the phones that I get it and it's like, man, it ain't much different than the phone I have. Why did I get it? But I really want to get it. So that's going to be my next big purchase. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Me either. I can't stand country music. Well, I don't mind listening to country music. It's just not one of my favorites. That's all. And again, if I have a balcony room and I'm on my balcony at night, it's late at night, I just want to sit there, try to look at the stars, enjoy a drink, and peace and quiet. Other people, if you're not using your balcony, turn off your balcony light. I don't want your light shining in on me as I try to enjoy my night. Betty says, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate it. Also, the smoking policy, respect people as far as the smoking policy. There's a certain section that you can smoke on a cruise ship. There's a certain section that, you can vape on a cruise ship. Follow that. Everybody doesn't want to, and I understand that you paid your money, but everybody doesn't want to smell that. And then some people, not me, because even though I do have a respiratory problem, the smoke, it never bothers me. I grew up, my father used to smoke. So I grew up back in the age where, you'd be in the car and the windows would be rolled up and he's still smoking. So the smoke doesn't bother me, long story short. But for some people, it really does. Be considerate. The one thing I used to do a long time ago when they allowed it would be have a drink on my balcony, cognac, and smoke a cigar on the balcony at nighttime. That was the greatest way to end my day on a cruise ship. And they banned it. So since they banned it, I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't, what would they catch me doing it? Maybe, maybe not. If you don't go out, lean out where people can see you, you sit back, but you could probably get away with it. But that smoke goes into the next person's cabin or the people behind you or whatever. Be considerate. I try to. Even when they allowed smoking, if I'm playing in the casino at the blackjack table, I won't smoke. And this goes to Vegas. Now, a lot of them have banned it actually, but you used to be able to smoke like a cigar at the tables. Well, a lot of people don't want to smell the cigar smoke. So I try to be considerate, and I won't do it. That if that's the rule, I'll abide by the rule. Drunken Chef, I do what I want. Laughing on, just kidding. Never been on a cruise. Drunken Chef, we're gonna have to get you on a cruise. Drunken Chef, thank you for coming in too, by the way. I appreciate it. I haven't been over to your channel in a little while. I got to get over there. How's Little Chef doing? Crystal says we need 2 more likes to get to 30. So if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. Scratch and Pete, thank you, Scratch and Pete. Oh, maybe I could pin yours, Scratch and Pete. Yeah, I can. I posted it, Scratch and Pete. It wouldn't let me pin it. But I appreciate that. So Scratch and Pete did it at the top. Okay, the message was pinned at the top. That's going to be premiere right after this. We're gonna go over there and rate my premiere. We're gonna do my premiere right after this. Let me go to the poll. Let's see. There are 28 votes. I'm going to end the poll right there. Where did my poll go? Oh, I missed it. But it was, where is it at? Probably close it out, and I probably got to go back into the analytics to get it. But it was like 85% were, yes, they're considered all the time. And then we had 2. You see the poll? Does it say like a percentage? Because I don't see the poll anymore. Oh, there. I went down to the bottom of the chat. I did see it. 82% said yes, always. 10% said no, I do what I want. And then there's 7% that sometimes it depends. Somehow I think I'm missing 1% there, but yeah, it doesn't quite add up. But most people are considerate, and that's what I found. Most people are considerate. I did find some when I was on MSC. The way they had the buffet set up is just really weird. So people are always like, to me, cutting lines, but maybe it's not, and maybe it's just the session, the food section is just the way they're designed, where the line doesn't go lengthwise, it goes out. So maybe it's me. I'm gonna go on a MSC next Thursday. I fly in Wednesday. Next Thursday, I'm going on the MSC Seashore. So make sure you have that bell hit. Subscribe, bell hit, and I will be going live from there probably Thursday. Now, matter of fact, next week I plan on doing Banter with Bill live from there from the ship. So together we travel 16 days to the Jubilee. Drunken Chef. It depends on how much Daddy Mommy juice has been consumed. Well, that has a lot to do with it too. I did, and I'm gonna close with this. But I did, when I was on MSC, I saw something that in all my years of cruising I've never saw before, and that was we were docked in a port, and people they threw like glasses over the side, and they came down and they hit on the port and shattered. I mean, and the crew and whoever was down there is right next to where the gangway was. I mean, everybody kind of jumped, and I marked it off as a one-time event. Something just happened, but I saw that on another vlog on another ship. Please, I hope this is not becoming a thing where you throw furniture off the top deck of a cruise ship. I mean, again, that was scary. And most times, things aren't scary. That was scary. So again, I rambled my mouth. Kind of went a little overboard. Stop hogging chairs by the poolside. You don't own those chairs. If you want to go swimming, by all means use them. If you're out there swimming, come out the pool, have to go to the restroom, save your chair. But don't save the chair so you can go eat and then come back an hour later and your chair is still there. Be considerate of everybody, and I'm going to end that with that. Always be considerate for and everything that you do. I'm going to probably talk about this in a little bit. Destination Fun says the premiere is about to start. So people, if you don't mind, pinned at the top is the link to the premiere. It's going to be a Carnival Jubilee, 2 C days, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Make sure you go over there and check it out. And I'm going to end this with always remember to stay strong and embrace the journey. And I will talk to you in a little bit. Take care. Bye-bye.